who I met in Italy. We're calling into a place called the Rock Shop, which is a well-known motorbike hangout in the Hollywood Hills somewhere, Mulholland Drive or something. So we're just getting the obligatory coffee now down here. Damien had a good one yesterday, so I dare say it's going to be a good one. I found this very special spot for coffee. It's very nice. So I hope it's a good one. But today's episode, thanks to Dusty Kunz, once again coming on board as a second time tank topper from Utah, I believe, in USA. And a big shout out to Kelly Lawler from Taylor Lakes in Victoria. Thanks for your support, Kelly, as a new tank topper. Hope you've been enjoying the binge watching you've had to do to catch up. And we'll see you soon back in Victoria. Damien?
Yes.
This is it's a very nice looking coffee place.
Very.
And what's the coffee like
Very
in Santa Barbara in the morning? Because yesterday was
infused
good.
with Italian style and fashion.
Oh, for God's sake. Have you tasted it yet, or are you just making it up?
I
Okay.
haven't looked, haven't tasted it.
Have a taste it.
Would you either want to be like the gospel of Jesus?
No,
No,
thank you.
you.
It's okay.
I've been blessed. This is a beautiful coffee.
Is it?
Yes, magnificent.
Oh, okay, another good one. Californian's coming good. Yesterday was good. This morning's good.
Oh yeah, that is perfect.
Okay. Well, that's a good start to the day. Can we cross? How's this friggin' work? Yeah?
How you doing?
Good.
Awesome. Oh my God, good to see you again. It's been so long.
Oh, thanks for making the effort to come out and everything.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's a 6.
Yeah, it's LSX 450.
Now they're speaking a foreign language. I have no idea, but it's pretty impressive.
So you've gone new. Yeah.
Ace, hello little thing. Oh my God. So, Outback Outlaw Nathan.
Yeah,
Here's
thank you,
Chris.
man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for your support of our trip as well. You were super generous.
You are the best, man. We're gonna come visit you at some point.
Just have a look at this outlook. It's still very sort of hazy and foggy. There's a highway down there, but look at this, the beach, the coastline. Goodbye! I love that car. Oh, look at that dog. Okay, I'll see you online.
Absolutely.
When you come to Australia.
Sounds good.
Now on the Ventura Highway.
Maybe you can. Lord, please don't you do it to me, babe. No, no, no. Please don't you do it to me, babe.
All the motorhomes stretched along the coastline.
You can take this look I offer. Oh, honey, set me free. Yeah, I ain't quite ready for walking. No, no, I ain't quite ready for walking. What you gonna do with my love? Oh, Lord, just sing a little. Oh, make up your
Boy,
mind.
you're loaded up. Holy moly, where are you guys from?
Australia.
Australia?
Yeah. Ship them over.
Calamity Jane, huh?
Yep. So this was the general store for the stagecoach.
That's all there was in the
Sure.
when they bought it.
Yep.
The passengers would stay up there
Okay. And these hills are just Californian.
and then walk over here.
Yep.
Mel Gibson's private Catholic church up there.
Oh, is it? That building I can see.
The building on top of the hill there.
Yeah.
From the Passion of the Christ. Or
Yeah. Oh, the movie he did. Yeah.
he built that church, you know.
There you go.
Right
Oh,
now
okay.
you're in the middle of a caldera of a volcano that went off 10 million years ago.
We're in the middle of a volcano.
In the caldera, yeah.
In the caldera. Oh. Oh, I'm looking forward to going in. Ed and Vern.
Yeah, they're both passed away. Now it's Rich and Pam.
Rich and Pam.
Yeah.
Hello.
The owner, this is Rich.
Oh, hello. Oh, geez. I'm Chris from Australia. So
Giving me
been very lucky to run into the local of the locals by the looks of it.
Some more Aussies.
But this is Vern right here.
Oh, yes. I did read a little bit about.
This is Vern. This is Ed.
Yes. Yeah.
That's Rich's mother and father.
Father.
This is what it looked like
Oh, way back
when they
then.
bought it in
Yep.
1961.
Right. And what made it become a motorcycle?
Steve McQueen.
Oh, so Steve McQueen.
McQueen used to come here and he would lean his bike up against that oak
Yeah.
tree
Oh, okay.
out there, and he would tell Ed, you know,
Yeah.
hey man, I want a hot dog or a Coke,
Yeah.
and so they started.
Talking, and that started
Yeah,
it.
it's all the pictures of the movie stars and everything.
Oh, wow. Okay. So these are all the people that come. Goes forever. So they've had some good visitors here by the looks of it.
Yeah, here, let me show you. This is Steve McQueen's helmet. And that's
Cool.
his old
That's
stuff.
fantastic. Great.
And all these horseshoes came from Ronald Reagan's ranch.
Oh, it's nearby, is it? Ronald
Yeah,
Reagan.
Well, Ronald Reagan's ranch is now Paramount Ranch,
Oh,
where they
okay.
shoot movies and stuff
Oh,
like that.
okay.
But it burned down in the fire.
Make up your mind, honey. Yeah, you're playing with me. Make up your mind, baby. Say now, you're playing with me, Lord. Either be my loving man or let me be.
Of course, dealing with LA traffic, we had to do it just to get past LA. Interestingly enough, the amount of people on their phones is worrying, and at least it's not raining, and at least the sun's not beating down on us. If we're going to be stuck in traffic jams, I guess this overcast, reasonably cool day is the way to do it. It's mental though, oh my god. There's a reason we didn't want to go to LA. You just see traffic jams the whole way. We are in the carpool lane, which motorbikes can use.
Oh, honey, set me free. Yeah, I ain't quite ready for walking. No, I ain't quite ready for walking. What you gonna do with my love? Oh, Lord, just sing a little. Oh, make up your mind.
Well, they've had a little bit of rain in San Diego. We're just here at the Indian dealership where tomorrow's event is. Just organised a hotel room. We're only going to stay here one night because tomorrow we think we'll just make tracks back to LA to get everything ready. We were going to be 2 nights here, but I think we need the extra day near the freight company to prepare the bikes. We're going to the hotel now. The hotel, 1056. Where the lights are, but that's it. My god, the bed looks spongy and big. I think they're just like this.
Say that it's over, baby. You say that it's over now, but still you hang around me. Come on, won't you move over? Yeah, you know that I need a man now. Yeah, you know that I need a man. But when I ask you to, you just tell me maybe you can't.
Well, good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday, our last Saturday in this country, and we're just checking out of the hotel on our way to the Indian dealership in San Diego, where we're doing, well, I'm doing the Barbering Biker event, and I've got a couple of makeovers to do. So just want to explain this episode, like the Main Street Moto, is going to be public because it's sponsored by them, and I owe it to them to reach as many people as possible. So for those that are watching this and wondering, what's episode 66, where are all the others? They have been privately listed and sent to the people who have supported me with a tank of fuel. So I had to come up with that idea because I needed to raise some more money to do this trip because the American dollar was so low and things cost just blew out. It's very expensive over here. So I just came up with that idea that if people want to support me with a tank of fuel, then they will be the ones that will get all the episodes of the entire trip, of which there will be 70 episodes privately listed and sent to them pretty much within 24 hours of it happening. So I've pretty well delivered that promise, and there's a few more to go. So if you are watching this and you're wondering what's it all about, that's what it's about. But they will go public in 2024 sometime. So for those of you that haven't been watching it and are interested and want to watch them, just hang out till 2024. Make sure you subscribe though and hit the bell, because then you'll get alerted to when the episodes are released publicly. It's free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, but this particular adventure was just a project driven one to raise some funds. And thank you to all the tank toppers. I can't tell you how appreciative I am and how much it has helped. And I hope you've enjoyed the adventure. Please leave some comments below so those that haven't been tank toppers can see that you've enjoyed them and they've got something to look forward to, or it's not too late to come on board and help me out with a tank of fuel. We've still got a couple of days to go, although we fly out Monday and today's Saturday, so it's towards the end now. Right, let's get to Indian Motorcycle Dealership of San Diego. Tim and his team are all ready. They've got food vans, we've got makeovers, and we're going to have a great day. The sun's shining, there's perfectly blue skies after yesterday's little rain. And we've got to give these bikes a bit of a wipe down. They are filthy. Not that mine looks any different very often. And after the event, we've decided to head 2 hours north back towards LA and stay in Manhattan Beach, because we have to prepare the bikes for the shipping on Monday, which means a very detailed detailing. We can't have the slightest speck of dust or dirt or bug on our bikes, otherwise Australian customs and we'll quarantine them for months. They're very, very strict. So it's going to be an epic cleaning day tomorrow. Might try and sneak in Venice Beach tomorrow so Damien can see it. And okay, off we go. Nice and early. I'll just see the girls where they want me to set up. It's a beautiful dealership. Set up, or if it's inside or outside,
So I
or
think Chella was just speaking about it. We were gonna get some red ropes and we wanted to put it around your bike. And we have a couple of easy up tents that we could possibly get up to. I think you taking up that entire space in front of that window would be perfectly fine.
it's up to you. I've got to take all the luggage off it, of course, because we've got to pack after the event and head off. Rolling up here is a biker dog.
Here she is.
What's her name?
Here's that
His
one
name?
His name, like, he goes by Little Chopper Jr.
Little Chopper Jr.
because Chopper just passed away last year, so this is his.
He has his own little helmet and goggles. That's fabulous. Hello to Australia.
Hello,
and the US and the whole world that
Diego.
watches it. Is it Dave, and you're the president of the
IMRG chapter.
San Diego.
Yep.
Thanks for stopping by
Yeah.
and looking after us in the patches. I'll find a spot for those soon.
All right, safe travels.
Thank you so much.
A picture of you and Chopper together.
Okay, yep. Chopper. It's about to start a makeover with a lady called Nina, and she actually works here. Don't often do ladies because it requires a little bit more fussing, you know, with hair dryers and things like that. So let's get started. Let's go and find Nina. This is the lovely Nina, and we're going to, doesn't want too much change, not too much cut off, but we're just going to give it some style, right?
Right.
Now Nina works here at Indian San Diego. What do you do here?
Pretty much what don't I do?
Oh, okay, you're a jack of all trades.
Yeah, exactly. Shipping and receiving, clothes merchandising, and I'm kind of the den mother as well.
Oh, we like
keep
that.
up with the,
And you've been with these guys now for about 5 or 6 years?
since day one.
Since day one.
5 years.
5 years, great. All right, so we're going to come back with the finish, the after. So this is the before, and we'll come back with the after. Actually, it's a nice treat doing a lady's hair for a change. Excuse me. Let me just, Nina for the first time is going to see her before and then the after. So I've just got to juggle all this. Okay. And this is the after.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
So it's still long, and but I mean,
Yes.
quite a good bit's come off.
Yes.
You can see on the floor, so it's just got the right shape, and So just let's turn around, swish it around, that's it. And she's very happy.
you.
Does that
Thank
look
you,
good?
Chris.
You've
Yes.
still got your length, you've still got everything there, but now it's got a good
Now I
shape
want to go
to
to the
it.
mirror and prep.
Yeah, and I mean, you can do even more if we had product and stuff, you know, to really, if you want it fuller and bigger.
Right.
But it's got a lovely shape to it. It's nice and healthy, and it's a beautiful colour actually, and all the waves, the natural
It looks like my
waves.
color came out a little more.
Yeah, yeah. Well, because we've fixed up those layers,
Yeah.
you know, it's not hanging as flat, and you've got some body. So, you know, with a bit of product too. My pleasure. One happy customer for the barbering biker. Oh, I'm so glad you're happy too. People say, you're going to cut too much off. They see the stuff falling on the floor. I go, no, don't worry. I know what I'm doing, and it won't be short. It's just going to have the shape.
At some point I was getting nervous, but no, I love it. Thank you.
Good.
Thank
Let's show Tabitha.
Oh my gosh! How cute! You got bangs now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
My color
you
came
love
out a little.
it?
Yes, I do.
Turn around. Let's show. Give the girls a swish.
Yes!
Oh, thank you.
You know what? So soft. It
It's nice, isn't it?
It really does. It like
Oh, good. I'm glad everyone's happy. There we go. So what do you think? I've got some before and afters I can share with you.
Oh, I see the mirror now.
Yeah. There you go. Go and have a play.
Because all I seen was
Go and
on
have
the
a play
phone.
now. You can have a look.
what do you think?
I wish I saw it before. I didn't.
I've
see
got pictures of the before.
More life. Like you got. Your
Yeah, my
wraps
color
of
came out a
life
little bit
again.
more. Yeah.
Danielle and
Brandon.
who have you guys are local in San Diego, right? They've come out to say hello. They've had their pictures. Did you get a drink or something, or a pizza or something? Good. Okay. Well, thanks for coming out and meeting me. Bye, Australia.
Safe trip.
So we've got Andrew from, what's your business?
Pizza Break.
Pizza Break. And Andrew's just made me my favourite pizza of all time, pepperoni pizza. Oh my God, look at that. Yum. Yum, this pizza's delicious. I don't normally eat pizza. I don't eat a lot of bread. This is beautiful. There's a big air show on. One of America's biggest air show is on today in San Diego. So the planes have been going over. And the IMRG people came to say hello, but they're gone on a recce ride. But it's still early. There might be some more people turn up, but I've done a makeover, which is good. That's what I was here for doing. After here, you can hear the planes. After here, we head to Manhattan Beach, where we are for 2 days to get the bikes ready. So Tim and his team have been fantastic in putting on the day. They've got the pizza. It's a great dealership, this one. One of the few that sort of got back to me on popping in for a visit. That's good. Name?
Victor.
Victor?
Yeah. Rosalind.
Rosalind?
And I'm Isabel.
Isabel. And you guys live in San Diego?
San Diego for now.
Right.
We're in the military, so we move around a lot.
Oh, right. So, Victor, you're on a pursuit. You ride a pursuit.
I am. I'm on pursuit.
You're Rosalind.
And I'm Isabel.
Isabel, Rosalind. And Rosalind, you like steampunk.
Yes.
I love steampunk.
It has
So-
like a lot of cogs. And
all that sort of stuff. Well, that's been a big inspiration for me with this bike. And what are you into then?
cute stuff.
Cute stuff?
Yeah.
Have you seen the new Barbie movie?
No, I
No?
don't. I don't like Barbie.
Oh, you don't like Barbie? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
He
Oh.
likes plushies and like little
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, my granddaughters like all that as well. But I want to see the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
Apparently it's fun. Thanks for coming down.
No problem.
Thanks for
Happy
coming
to
down. I
see you.
appreciate it. We've got all that. It's got to go on all that. And we've got a Saddleman seat to pack as well. So these two roll bags are going on first. Should have time lapse. This could take some time.
Come on, come on. Didn't I make you feel like you were the only man?
Is it strapped on? Perfect. It's 2 hours of highway riding in LA. Piece of piss. Easy, easy, easy. You can have the helmet though. You've got to deal with that. I've got to work out how to strap these on.
Well, hang on, before you go.
That goes on first and these bags go over the top. So that goes on first. Oh, that's because we need stronger straps. Do you think about putting my roll bag on first and then the over bags over it, then the thing, then the seat, then that? and I'll be a travelling high-rise apartment. It's gotta look nice. Baby's tucked in there. You've got more gotcha straps. You don't think another safety strap? They're on the seat. Look at that. That is a Tetra Pak and a half, isn't it?
It is.
That's one big fat bike. It's just in
Can you
case.
lane splitting us, right?
Yeah. Thank God we can do it in this side of the country,
You
because
can only do it in California.
yeah, and we needed to do it the other day. Right, Manhattan Beach, here we come on a beautiful day. Thanks to Indian of San Diego and the team who are super busy in there. Whoa! Oh my God, it's heavy. There he is. We've got 2 hours to get to Manhattan Beach. Okay, are you on? Bye! Woo! Clear, see ya! Bye! Woo! Shit. Oh, my drink. Yeah, we're just having a drink
You're out on the streets looking good. Baby, deep down in your heart, you know that it ain't right. Never, 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 never heal me when I cry. Oh, honey, I cry all the time. Each time I tell myself when I can't stand the pain, when I hold you in my arms, singing it once again. I want you to hold on, come on, come on, come on and take it.
Well, we've made Manhattan Beach. We've chosen another lovely, dodgy, cheap place. Room 102. Let's have a look. Oh, Damien's just parking the bikes right in front of our room. Oh yeah, look, this is okay. This was probably the cheapest at about, I forget. I'll put it on the screen how much it was. I've forgotten. Oh, here we go. It was the cheapest in Manhattan and closest to town. Now we are just one stop away from Long Beach, where our bikes need to go Monday to the freight company, and we're just another beach away from Venice Beach, which we're going to probably tomorrow now. So this is okay. Yeah. Nice big bed, lovely big sink. Oh, I like that. Perfect. This will do us. So now I'm going to go and look for a big suitcase to put all the stuff in. I don't want to be lugging that. I want something with wheels. So he's given me an address of a place. We might dump our stuff and go and look at it. So I decided I wanted a big suitcase to take this. We could put all our shit in it without carrying those roll bags and things like that. This has got wheels. It makes the whole process so much easier. It suffers so much with me. I'm so worried about this is working. Well, that worked. Wasn't so bad, was it, Damien? That worked really well. You'll thank me for that later, when we're wheeling all our shit through the airport. Instead of lugging all that stuff, we can wheel things. All right, let's pack.
Piece of my heart now, baby. Oh, break another little bit of my heart, darling. Yeah. Have another little piece of my heart now, baby. You know you got it if it makes you feel good.
Morning, everybody. I can't believe it. It's Sunday, and we fly home tomorrow night. So today is really our sort of last day to get a few things done. We're in Manhattan Beach, as you know. We are now heading to get fuel, get coffee. Thank you, and go to Venice Beach for the morning and have a look around. And it's a pretty cool place from memory. It was a long time ago that I was there, but it's only like 20 minutes away. So we'll go there, have lunch. Then on the way back, we will find a car wash and start detailing these bikes so they're nice and clean for the freight company tomorrow. So today's video is going to be, I don't know, it's a bit of an exploration of Venice Beach. See the sights. Okay, let's pick you up along the way. We've got coffee to get as well from Wild Cafe, the same owners that own Pikey Coffee in Vegas that you saw in a previous episode. God, getting fuel here is such a hassle. Not only is it over $2 more expensive a gallon, you've got to hold the nozzle, they've got rubber around the nozzle, you've got to hold it up before it's punish. And this particular one wouldn't let me do the going side. Anyway, enough whinging. I've only put $10 in because we've got to deliver these bikes with only a litre of fuel for the ship. Well, we're here at Cafe Wild for Damien's coffee before Venice Beach. Is it as good as Pikey's coffee? It's the same people, same brew?
No, Phil made a bit of coffee.
Phil made it better.
Oh,
yeah. Phil stepped in.
Yeah,
So,
Phil made a bit of
yeah. Did you get an extra shot? No. See, that's the thing, isn't it? Sadly, they don't do iced chocolates here, so I'm not having anything. I'm excited to get to Venice Beach. Damien's doing the research. I just don't want to go on the highway to get there. I just hope we can do any sort of back ways along the coast.
Say hi. Max,
Hello.
say hi.
Look, you got a sticker. You beautiful thing. You're going to put your sticker on you as well, are you?
You know, 24-hour flight for me.
There you go.
Hi, Australia.
Are you crazy? It's beautiful.
Thank you.
What do you say?
There you go.
Look at them.
And you got one as well. Just show.
Here, look at the camera.
There you go. Say hello, Australia.
Hi, Australia.
Hi, Australia.
Here we are in Venice Beach. Got some watermelon. $8 for that, which is pretty good.
Wow.
Given how much we've been paying for it everywhere else. We've got lots of funky little things. Tattoos, hats. Parking's an issue here. They try to get you.
Each day until 3. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV?
Damien's back in a shop chatting. I've walked the strip and back again and he's still chatting to the same person. Let's go and find him. There he is. He had a good chat with that guy.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Well, he knows ZZ Top.
He knows ZZ Top.
Yeah.
I reckon everyone in America knows someone famous.
Yeah,
It's that 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. I'm going in here. Getting in there, Damien?
Sorry?
You getting in there, flexing your muscles?
Oh, of course.
Why don't you show everyone your blue moon baby? It's not my thing.
No, darling, it's not.
It isn't.
Just hang on, get that drool out of the side.
No, honestly, it doesn't do a thing for me. Oh, the old bloody,
Yeah.
the old trick.
The old cup.
The old pick under the cup trick. And they have people set up, you know, mates with them that win things, and then people go, oh, it's real, it's real. So they're even playing tennis. They're leather. They're $30 each.
$30 for a piece of leather.
Yeah, and they're shit. Yeah, it's a shame. I would have liked to. If she did 2 for $50, I'd do it. But that's still about $80.
So no discount for cash or two?
No, or two, no.
So what do you think?
Well, that's like 80 Australian dollars. More.
It's $100.
No. The line-up for the car wash is as bad as the traffic in this area. Working at the car wash, babe.
Once upon a time, you dressed so fine. You live up the dime in your prime. Didn't you? Yeah, your friends called and said you best beware, dog. You're bound to fall, but you thought that they were wrong. Kidding you. Well, you used to laugh about everyone that was hanging out, but now you don't talk so loud. Now you don't seem so proud, knowing you might be scrounging for your next meal. Tell me, how does it feel? Yeah, how does it feel to be on your own with no direction home?
Well, I hope you enjoyed the streets of Venice Beach and Manhattan Beach. We're back at the hotel now. The bikes are sparkling clean, and I've got to take all the fur and dead animals off it now, and basically pack what I need to be packed on the bike that will be on the ship for 6 weeks. So I think that's our day done. We'll go out for dinner tonight, and then tomorrow is taking the bikes to the shipping freight company and the airport. Then after that episode will be the breakdown of the whole trip. That'll make it to episode 70, I think.
You've gone to the finest schools, alright, Miss Lonely, but you know you weren't used to get juiced in it.
Good morning. This is our very last day. We have booked the room for tonight, even though we're not staying, but we'll probably get a cab around 5 o'clock. So we're just now about to take the bikes to the freight company in Long Beach, which is half an hour away. It's coming up to 9 o'clock. We just wanted to wait for what we think might be peak hour traffic for workers. It's a Monday. The bikes are sparkling clean. Calamity is all packed up. These are the roll bags that I had for extra stuff that I didn't need. All the leather has been conditioned. Everything's there. I've added more bits. I'm just going to leave that on there. She's sparkling clean, as is Damien's. Had a bit of dew last night. So all these bags, these have got all my wet weather gear in, all my leather jackets, my leather riding boots, wet weather gear, tools, chargers, all that sort of stuff that can go with the bike. And in here is just my cover, straps, stuff that I don't need to take on the plane that I can wait 6 weeks. So let's have a quick look at some of the places that we've been. It's on the back of this suitcase. So we've got Arizona, Jerome and Sedona. We've got Nashville, Kansas, Chief Joseph Highway, Virginia City, Spirit Lake, Iowa, Boar's Nest, Seligman, Deadwood, Beartooth Pass, Cooters, North Carolina, Crown Motel in Vegas, Area 51, Badlands, Yellowstone, The Arches, Silverton, Colorado, Stanley, Ohio, Ouray, Idaho, Area 51, Northwest Region, Moab, Great Custer State Park, Route 66. There's some Aussie ones in there. The Dragon, 129, Route 6, Yellowstone. Where have we got more of that? So, oh yeah, Santa Barbara, Williams. Bits and pieces there. Buffalo, Biker Bells. The Smoky Mountains, Wall Street, South Dakota, not Wall Street, Durango in there, Virginia City, Canada, Las Vegas, Tail of the Dragon, Morro Bay. Oh, I've got as many as I could put on. Put Grand Canyon. What's that one? Oh, Rusty Hope Treasures. That was somewhere. I forget where now. Oh, Salmon. Yep, Idaho. Oh, Crazy Horse there. That was South Dakota. Anyway, it's been an amazing trip, and we will do, after this episode, a big deconstruction of the whole trip with a map on where we've been, the kilometres and miles we've done, how much we've spent here and there, and just some general sort of stuff like that. So let's get the rest of this ready, and we'll get to the freight company, come back here, and then we can just get an Uber to the airport. Well, we think this is the place. Look at the weather today. It's not raining, but it's so foggy and hazy. We were so lucky yesterday. Can't see bikes abroad or any sort of signage to say the company that we're using. I'm not filled with confidence, are you? The company we're using to ship the bikes back, which is different to how we did it coming over. We did it sort of ourselves with Steve and organised it ourselves and just chose freight forwarding companies and logistic people. This is a company that does it all called Bikes Abroad. They're based in Melbourne, but they clear customs and do everything for us back in Australia. There's no signage to say this is their place, just an address. They don't make it easy for you. You know, just a bit of fucking signage up the front to say that this is their place. We got the right place then. We understand that a boat left on Friday.
Yes. Do you strap it down from the forks from there?
At my stand, when that was coming over, they strapped mine down with the stand side first and bent the. Not you guys, who were used before.
So I've got these. Put them on.
So sometime in the next 2 weeks, there's another boat going to Australia. We just missed one last Friday. So that means we're going to be 2 months without them, not more than. Then we've got to clear Australian customs. Could be longer. Leaving our children for a long period of time. So Chris has been very helpful. They're there. He's got special instructions to see them before they're packed. What is that? Can you take this one for me, Chris?
My nephew's got one. He races it in Australia.
Damien's chatting. All right, you feel okay about everything?
No, I feel fucking nervous, but anyway,
Yeah.
that's you know, it is.
Noi abbiamo fatto
Damien's chatting now in Italian.
6.000 chilometri.
These guys have done the Cannonball Run from Italy.
Per dirti la verità, tutto quanto all'America sono tutti contenti per aiutare.
Oh, vero, vero.
You know, so it's having a bello posto. Yeah,
3 mounts.
Yeah, 3
is
miles.
good.
Yeah, very
good. Like me.
Two special guys for
We're both
trips like
special.
this.
Very special, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But it's not the Cannonball Run, it's Cannonball Run's an automotive one.
Right.
Cannonball Rally is the motorcycle.
Cannonball
I
Rally.
think.
But the motorcycles have to be older than a certain. They have to be old, don't they?
Yes, they've got to be
Pre-
pre-vintage. They've got to be like pre-60s or something like that.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think.
Yeah. And these guys have bought their bikes from Italy and now they're shipping them back.
Yes.
What sort of bikes were they on then?
I don't know.
Just yeah. Well, they're- Well, we're now without our bikes. That's where we're stayed, that dodgy hotel. But look how close it is to the whole precinct of Manhattan Beach there, all the new shops and
It
things.
looked dodgy, but it was all right.
It was actually very good. It had
And
lots
clean.
of room, clean.
Walk sign is on.
Yes, thank you. So we're now just wandering around
Aimlessly.
aimlessly, have some lunch, and then we get an Uber to the airport around 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Then we're going to hit the Qantas Lounge, and we're going to have a discussion with you guys about the trip, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're just getting ready to call an Uber. Damien's having a shower. This is that bag I got. But don't think it's overpacked because in there is a saddleman's seat. We forgot to take it with the bikes this morning. We were going to strap this seat. This is a seat that I won at Sturgis, and we've had it. Damien's going to use it because I didn't want a seat. And he's had the 091, his special number, embroidered on it. It's really beautiful, but we forgot to take it, so it's in that. It's in that. So we've only got that and that as check on. So we should be okay. 3:30. We're just going to go a bit early and get in that lounge and start drinking. Oh my God, I can't believe we're here in the Qantas Lounge. Thanks to Damien's work travel points that got you a gold pass.
You owe me big time.
So I just want to talk about the trip now.
I'm sad. I'm depressed.
Are you?
I am.
Yeah,
We dropped the bikes off today.
Yeah,
You know, I was a bit worried at first, but
I was a bit worried to begin with as well.
yes.
So what's probably, I guess, if there was one thing that stuck out for you on the trip as a memorable moment, good or bad? You know what mine's going to be.
Yeah, well, the highlight's been the people. How generous and how make you feel.
Yeah, they've been good. What is the thing that sticks out in your head about the whole trip? The first thing that comes to mind.
The road conditions are perfect. The places that we've been, like Red Lodge, doing the Chief Joseph Highway, that was a highlight. That was a real highlight.
The most memorable thing for me is when the road was closed and we had to do 8 miles of chalky, big rock
It was like
riding
talcum powder.
up a mountain.
Talcum powder.
And I had to do that switchback turn. It was horrifying. So I was crying. I forget what episode that was, but it was after we left Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
And we rode for like 3 hours to actually avoid that.
Yeah.
And we still found ourselves there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Horrifying.
Okay, so the standout for me would have to be Pikes Peak.
Right, yeah.
The standout, getting up to the summit and riding up to the summit.
What would we do differently if we were to do this trip again?
Pack less.
We packed too much.
We packed way too. Well, what would you do differently then?
I would not spend so much time at Sturgis.
Oh, well, that's given.
And pick up that time and do maybe another state or another ride or something like that in the 3 months. If we could have another month, then we could have fitted in a whole bunch of extra states like Alabama and Georgia and Florida and Texas, New Mexico.
Yep.
That would have been good.
Yep.
And we did pack too much.
Yeah.
Didn't use half the stuff we packed.
No, you bought too much.
Well, I bought that Magnolia Pearl stuff early on from the get-go.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
So let's talk about Sturgis because everyone raves about Sturgis.
Yep.
I love South Dakota and I love the riding around the Black Hills, and thanks to Bobby and Paula for putting us up for 10 days.
Thank
so that
you
was
so
a big
much.
call.
Yep.
And we're glad we ended up getting there earlier than expected because we changed the route.
Yes.
But one day of Sturgis is more than enough for me. I'm not a bike rally person. I've come to the decision. It's not my scene. And although while the people were lovely and it was interesting, what you see on one day is exactly the same as what you see on every other day of the festival. Same people, same vendors, same look, same Harleys. There's a lot of Harleys there. Well, a lot of Indians as well now, and other bikes, but a lot of Harleys.
Got told. Well, okay. So answer your question on that too. To put my 2 bobs worth in, I enjoyed the Black Hills. I thought the week prior the rally was amazing. You know, it was great weather. We saw all the main highlights. One day at the rally would have done me fine. I would have been happy to move on from that point onwards.
I would never go back to Sturgis.
No, I wouldn't race back. No, I think I've done it. I'm done.
What things did we like about America?
The ability to turn right on a red. So if I was in Australia, turn left on the red. I think that was just fantastic.
That's a good rule.
Kept the traffic flowing. The 4-way stop signs, they worked. And they worked okay. You know, I think roundabouts are a bit more effective.
I like the fact that they have soups and none of them are pumpkin soup. I love their salads. Their serving sizes are huge.
Love
Never
the
finish a meal.
Love the hamburgers.
When you get a good hamburger, the hamburgers are amazing. But when you get an ordinary hamburger, they're ordinary.
Well, they're pretty average.
So the trick we found is, if you can't ask for a hamburger to be cooked a certain way, then don't order it.
Don't order it. No,
Because we're medium rare, so you've got to be able to say, if they say we don't take that order, then don't order a hamburger.
Being able to pay at the pump, credit card in, fill up your fuel, that's it. You don't have to walk into the shop. You don't have to leave your car. It is so efficient.
Yeah.
It is so efficient.
And what didn't we like about America?
Well, people parking in the parking bay of the fuel station and going to the shopping.
Oh yeah, that was a punish.
Yeah. You know,
we found the costs very high though. We didn't like the fact that things are so expensive.
Food expensive, accommodation.
Really expensive.
Really
and
expensive.
The tipping adds another dimension, and the fact that every state has a different tax. So if you see something that's $20, when you go to pay for it, it can be any other price because each state has a different tax. And then you've got to add tip on top of that. Okay, well, it's been good. It's been a great trip.
Good.
Could have had another month and to finish to do everything. It's not us. We've got like 4 hours to wait.
Chin chin. So, how did you find the bike?
Bike didn't miss a beat.
No, it didn't.
Apart from 2 new tyres and a battery.
And brakes?
New brakes. Well, that's just wear and tear.
Same as the tyres, yeah, that's right. I mean, the bike did not miss a beat. Now,
sadly, you've been running on 1.5 cylinders
I know.
for most of the trip because of that little problem.
I want to redo it again.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, the bike's like a different bike. It's like a brand new bike. One of the things that I also found that, that the traffic on the interstates, the major interstates,
they go fast, don't they?
They are flying. They are flying.
They go a bit too fast for me. Yeah. We're on a big bench here. I can lay down and have a sleep. I've got all my Indian sort of motif design stuff without being Indian motorcycle. We've achieved a lot. It was an epic, ambitious trip. One thanks, but they can go. Thank you so much. And I'm bringing home 3 gold medals for Australia.
She's been carrying it.
3 wins. 3 wins. And I won the People's Choice Awards in all of those competitions. And to me, the People's Choice Award is the main one to win because there can be no subjectiveness about that. It's, it's voted. Like the others, best paint job, best whatever. People tend to be... Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I won 3 People's Choice Awards. We're now going down to the gate. I've had like 6 glasses of wine. I don't know, I've lost count, and heaps of food. So we're going down to the gate now. I reckon I'll be snoring within 1 hour of this flight. What's our strategy?
I'm going to stay awake.
We've got to stay awake and then sleep at what time? Like 8 hours before we land? It never works. I get jet lag really bad coming back from a holiday.
There's 2 options you can do. You sleep for the whole 13 hours, or you stay awake and then try and sleep Australian time.
I don't know. It's too much
Stay
to think
awake.
about. Qantas?
QS 150.
150. Gate 50.
150.
Yeah, 150. Gate 150. What did I say?
50.
Oh my God, see? Hi, how are you doing?
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
You're fine. Down the first time.
Way down the back, we know. This is like a brand new plane with all these duvalakies. We can talk to each other on. You can talk to anyone if you know their seat number. These seats are good. They're right at the back. There's a whole big gap here. Nearly home. Damien has slept through most of the flight. He's so lucky he can do that. I've been awake the whole time. We're 1 hour from landing. I've watched 6 movies and I'm now watching the John Farnham doco, which I've seen before. We saw it in the movies.
I watched one movie and slept.
Yeah. Luxury. I've watched a lot of movies. They're all been quite shit.
We do ask that you remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until Captain Evan has switched off the seatbelt sign.
Please.
Okay. All the way through, like, most of the trip until we got to California. Then it got to even $6 a gallon.
We're here at Damien's coffee shop in his hometown of Warrandyte. So it's going to be interesting to see what he thinks of his favourite. He's judged all the coffees from USA based on this coffee shop. So go and get your fix, and let's see what he thinks of them now. Hello, good to see you again. Good.
How was it?
Excellent. So Matt, who's graciously took us to the airport and picked us up as well. This has been the benchmark coffee that Damien's based his whole existence on in the American trip. Go on, Matt's going to do a Damien review.
Hey, I just want to chat to someone. I want to chat to someone. Hang on, Chris. That's a 4.6. That's a 4.6.
Very good. A very good impersonation. Now, Damien, go on. Hometown coffee.
Oh, it smells good. I'm home.
You're home? The Premier of Victoria has resigned, Dan Andrews, and he's resigned because he's a corrupt as all get out, and I reckon he's resigned because something's going to come out about him, what he's been up to. Bye! That's the big news in Victoria. Good riddance to Dan Andrews, but something's going down. Politicians don't resign for no reason. He's been caught. We're home. This is Damien's place for all our American friends. That's the Dandenong Ranges over there. He's in the Yarra Valley here. Well, hello everyone. There's one more episode to go after this, which will be a map of the America and Canada, and I'm just going to go over in a summary of where we have been, how many miles and kilometres we did, what we spent on fuel, accommodation, food, just some general stats about the whole trip, a bit of a wrap up. So that will be episode 70. So thanks again for all the support that you've given us. The trip has been amazing. We're home now, and I need to be getting ready for my art exhibition in February. So please subscribe to my channel, because I have got some other adventures up my sleeve. It's free to subscribe to YouTube, so you can see all my past stuff and the stuff coming up. So thanks again everyone for your support on this. These will all go public in 2024, except for those two or three that I need to make public for obvious reasons. So it's been wonderful. I can't believe 3 months has gone by and we're home in beautiful Warrandyte. So we've settled. Damien's had a shower, freshened up. He's had a nice sleep on the plane. He's jumped on all the hamburgers. He's jumped on the scales. His Blue Moon baby. And you're up to 88.2 kilos. What were you when you left?
82.
82. So there you go. There's 6 kilos of hamburgers and Blue Moon beers there. I've put on a kilo.
Kilo, 1.3 kilos.
I've put on 1.3 kilos. Damien's put on what? 6.2. 6 kilos, Damien. Okay, well, it was a holiday. I reckon that's a sign of a successful holiday when you've come back plumped up a bit. It means you've eaten and drunk well.
Gather round, people, wherever you roam. Admit that the waters around you have grown, accepting that soon you'll be drenched to the bone.
It's day 2. We got back yesterday, so it's day 2 of jet lag. Okay, everybody, now this is episode 70, which is the final episode, and it is going public, this last one, because I've got to write an article for a magazine and I need to direct people to this as well. Plus, I want to explain how it's been working. So, for those of you that have not seen all the other 70 episodes, bar 2, because they have been privately listed and they've gone to the folk that have shouted me a tank of fuel and Damien a coffee, and there's other opportunities, so it was a way to help raise some funds, because as I will go through the numbers, it was a reasonably costly event given that the Australian dollar is so low. So it was a way to help raise some funds to help cover the costs. So thank you for the tank toppers and the tippers out there, and I hope you've enjoyed the videos that have come to you, in most cases within 24 hours of the event happening. So you really have joined us in real time, as close as I could edit them and get them out. The only thing that held me up was some bad Wi-Fi areas. For those of you that have not seen all the other episodes, they will go public in 2024 sometime, but this one and 2 others were made public because of my commitments to some organisations. So this video is a complete wrap-up of the whole 3 months that we were away travelling, and I'm in Damien's office and Damien's holding the camera, and we're going to talk to him in a minute as we go along with where we've started. So first up, this is a map of North America and a little bit of Canada up there. So I'm going to go through with you quickly where we started, where we went and where we finished it, and at the end I'll talk about all the stats, how many miles we did, how much we spent, blah blah blah. So we arrived in Seattle. We arrived on the 1st of July. The boats arrived a few days before us. The bikes arrived a few days before us in Seattle, and there was some delays with the customs, which cost us a little bit more money than we expected. So what happens is they do a tailgate check and a X-ray scan, and we think because our container was had private contents in it, wasn't with a big company, they did the X-ray and they didn't do the tailgate scan where they put their head in and look. So they held them over, and there was a public holiday and all of that, well, the week of the 4th of July. So a tip, if you're going to America, avoid all those big holidays. It delayed a few things. But thankfully, we still got away on the day we did. It's just that we didn't get to see the bikes as we were hoping a day or 2 before to check things off and prepare. So that little delay of customs in America holding the bikes for 3 days cost us, well, because we shared a container, there was 3 bikes and a trailer, cost us nearly 4,000 Australian dollars. Because of that delay, they pay you a storage fee. That was a bit of a shit. Anyway, I'll go through the costs at the end of this video. So we started in Seattle, we got away, we met with the local IMRG, Pat Scanlon and his crew, and they took us to a place called Bellingham, just the American side of the border here in Washington State, where we spent the night, we said our goodbyes. Then next day we went to Kamloops in Canada, and thanks to Ben and Kathy who put us up there at Heffley Lakes. They have a fabulous spot there, that's just gorgeous around there. Then we went to Golden on our way to Calgary, and we stopped at Lake Louise and Banff and had a look around. Then we made our way to Calgary for the Calgary Stampede, which is something I've always wanted to do. We just had a day at the Stampede, which I think's enough. We left Calgary and made our way back into the United States, into Montana. And this is where we did the Going to the Sun Road the Glacial National Park. And this was, we've had perfect weather up until here. We were halfway up going to the Sun Road, and it rained for about 2 hours, a bit longer, because as we were coming out of going to the Sun Road, which is spectacular, on our way to Helena, we copped, there was a lot of roadworks and mud. It was really, the road should not have been opened, or it should have had some people there managing the traffic. It was a mess. So we came out into Helena, stayed at a great place there in Dubuque, and then we did all around here into, let me see, I've got my notes, Montana, Helena, and we then did Yellowstone. Now Yellowstone, we gave Yellowstone 3 goes because I wanted to see bison and didn't see them there anyway. So we did Yellowstone and all around there, and also within that is a place called Virginia City. There's a few Virginia cities in America, and this one and the other one we see later on is that old school stuff. It was like an old western town. It's beautiful. And then we went into Jackson, and we did the Tetons and things like that. So we did all the Tetons, and from Jackson we were meant to go south into Monument Valley, but the heat wave was coming through, and the temperatures down here were in the high 40 degrees Celsius, so over 100, it was like 110, 115 degrees Fahrenheit. So that was going to be too hot. So what we did, we went back north into Idaho and did the Sawtooth Ranges, stayed at Salmon and Ketchum and places like that. That was absolutely beautiful. But what it did, it changed our direction into South Dakota, ready for sturges. Instead of coming up into South Dakota, we ended up coming back through here and coming in the top. And it also took off a few days. So we got into Sturgis, Rapid City, thanks to Paula and Bobby, who looked after us for the whole 10 days. We got into South Dakota, Rapid City, about 4 days earlier than we had planned, which was great because what that allowed us to do is to explore the Black Hills all around there. And that's things like Devil's Tower, Spearfish, Badlands, the Needles Highway, Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse. We did all that before the crowds came for the Sturgis Rally. But between that and that, we also did the national park, the Bighorn National Park, which I thought was one of the best rides ever. And also before that, we did the Beartooth Pass, the Chief Joseph Highway, and we loved Red Lodge, thanks to Craig and Connie, who helped us out with accommodation there as well. So that was very generous. So we came into all that, and we did all of those things before we settled, including Cody, where we went to a rodeo, and it was a very western town. Loved Cody. Into the Black Hills area of South Dakota, where we settled for the Sturgis Rally. Now, I think Damien agrees with me on this. Here he is here. Sturgis, what's your view on Sturgis?
Yeah, seen it, done it, that's it.
We would never bother doing Sturgis again. One day at Sturgis.
It was a great experience.
It was a great experience, and we love South Dakota and that whole thing there. We'd go back to that area in a heartbeat.
Yep.
But as far as the Sturgis Rally goes, one day, what you see one day is exactly what you're going to see for the whole 2 weeks of the rally.
Yeah, it's very commercialised.
Same people, same vendors, same.
It's
probably just not our scene. It's a lot of people's scene though. If you're into that motorbike whole culture thing, but we love Deadwood as well. We stayed in Deadwood in that area. We would do that again. We loved Keystone, Hill City, and Custer. All those little old towns in the Black Hills. And so that was our Sturgis. So in retrospect, what we would have done is go to Sturgis like we did early, that was through good luck more than good management. Do all the rides, and Bobby took us all around the place. We would do a day or two at Sturgis max, and we'd get out of there. But for this trip, I also had some appearances and some commitments that I had to do with some shows and rides. So it was what it was. But that, if we did it again,
we would have cut it a lot shorter.
We would have cut it a lot shorter. So from here, we're making our way, because we've got to get to Toronto and another part of Canada. So we're making our way across Iowa, Wisconsin, Minneapolis and everything. And we stayed at Chamberlain. And you've seen all these videos, which was beautiful. It had the big Statue of Dignity there. And Spirit Lake, around here somewhere, where Spirit Lake is the factory of the Indian, where it was born. So naturally we had to go there. And then we made our way out to Minneapolis, around St. Paul area, and Stillwater, which we love Stillwater. That was great. And we also then, just through good coincidence, the Indian Bike Week, that's the day it started when we arrived. So we managed to say hello to a few people and met them for lunch and stuff like that at Stillwater. That was good. And then we got Wisconsin. That was all great up there. And we make our way through Ironwood, which, if you've seen the video, we christened Ironweed because of the huge amount of marijuana we could smell. And we're making our way to Toronto via Parry Sound and Lake Erie. We were going to cross the lake here at Milwaukee, but the boat we were going on, which was an old steamboat, was decommissioned, and we didn't want
further up.
Yeah, we didn't want to go down to the other boat. Plus, it was super expensive. It was like $500 each of us.
Yep.
So we decided to use that time, and we went up around the south of Lake Superior. We stayed at Sault Ste. Marie, which was the dodgiest accommodation we had, practically, we thought, the whole trip. And way through here into Ontario, and then down this way into Toronto, the most mental traffic ever. And a big shout out to Damien's family, the Mark Antonios, etc., etc., etc. And we spent 4 fabulous days with Damien's family in Toronto. We leave Toronto and we make our way back across the border into New York State, into the Buffalo area, where we stayed with Damien's work colleague Jim and Yuri?
Yeah, Yuri.
We stayed there at their beautiful house, and it was a great area. Loved that. Then we make our way down to Pennsylvania, where we stayed again with a good ex-work colleague of Damien's, Dean and Kathy.
Both works, yep.
And we stayed at the lake house, which was absolutely magnificent. And again, the tank toppers have seen all these places, so you'll know what I'm talking about. So then we make our way down to West Virginia, Roanoke, where we stayed with Vicky, who we met at Indian Bike Week. Vicky put us up just outside of Roanoke on a beautiful property there. And we make our way down to North Carolina and South Carolina into Tennessee. And that's the area where we did Tail of the Dragon, the Smoky Mountains. I did an appearance at the Indian store there, thanks to Denise. And it was lovely to catch up with Cindy and Judith, who rode with us through the Tail of the Dragon. So we did the signature rides, which was fabulous. To Nashville here in Tennessee, which was terrific. Oh, that's where we met Gary and Wild Bill.
Wild Bill.
Yeah, they took us out for dinner, which was fabulous. Doug.
And
they took us for a great ride as we made our way to Memphis. And then from Memphis, this is what we added. We decided to do the Ozarks, which was around here. So we flipped the coin and decided to do the Ozarks, which was fabulous. We did all the Ozarks, the pigtails and the whole thing. So we crossed into Arkansas. We did a little bit of Oklahoma. We're coming into Kansas because we're making our way back over here with the things that we had to drop in July, because it's a bit cooler now, so we've got to make our way and squeeze in a whole bunch of things. We're in the last month now, September. We ride through Kansas, with this Wichita, Dodge City, a little bit into Nebraska, and we end up in Colorado Springs. That was a huge long day. We rode for like 5 more hours into Colorado Springs, and then it was getting late, but we needed to do Pikes Peak, so we added another 3 hours to the day. We got there 15 minutes before the national park closed. They let us through, and we did Pikes Peak. That was an epic ride. So this is all Colorado. From Colorado Springs to Silt on the way to do the $1 Million Highway. Now this was what I've just put. This is the worst day of my life. After we left, there was all these roadblocks, traffic accidents. We rode like 3 hours to avoid these road closures. We went around mountains and everything, but somehow we found ourselves at the road closure. So between here and Silt, we had that really bad 8 miles of chalky, talcum powder, big rock off-road riding. And it was the worst experience of my life, and I cried. We were going up a mountain on these conditions, and there was switchbacks to take on a hill, and it was horrifying. But anyway, I did it. I didn't drop the bike, but I really thought I was going to. So that was awful. But the rewards were here because then we get into further into Colorado where we do the $1 Million Highway, which is spectacular, which sort of started at Ouray, which is a fabulous place, lots of gravel streets. I didn't like the parking there, but beautiful town. Silverton, which is cute, and then we ended up in Durango. We did all that in Colorado, and then we're making our way into Utah, into the Monument Valley, Mexican Hat. Did all that. That was spectacular. We stayed at a really shit place outside of Monument Valley. Wild dogs chased it. Well, they didn't chase us, but there was nothing open. We found a pizza place and we were followed by all these wild dogs that could smell it. So that was pretty scary. But we did all that. Then we went to the Grand Canyon, Nevada, the Grand Canyon shared by a number of states, into Arizona where we stayed. We stayed at Flagstaff and Sedona. Beautiful areas there. Then we left there and we did Williams, Seligman, it's after the Grand Canyon, as we make our way to Las Vegas. And then we spent 4 days in Vegas, some downtime. We also did Red Rock Canyon and had a look around there, which was spectacular around Nevada here. Then we leave Vegas and make our way to Tonopah and Goldfield, which was a really interesting place. Then over to the other Virginia city, which is fabulous. And we stayed at Carson City, which is only half an hour out of Virginia City. And thanks to Angela and Eric for looking after us there. Battleborn IMRG chapter. So Jeff and Red and all the guys there that took us out for dinner. That was fabulous. We did Lake Tahoe and into Yosemite National Park. Then after Yosemite, we make our way to Hollister, because of the Indian dealership there, Hollister.
Big shout out to them.
They totally organised the issue. Damien kept having an engine warning light on, that after every service, the Lloyd's and everything, we thought it was fixed. We kept thinking it was bad fuel or blah, blah, blah. But anyway, Indian at Hollister, Ray and his team.
His team were fantastic.
Knew what it was straight away, fixed a dodgy spark plug, and Damien's bike was a different bike after that. So sadly, he did all of this on one cylinder, we think. Because from Hollister, the bike it was already powering along, but it was powering along a lot more after that. We make our way over to below San Francisco into Monterey, and then we did a little bit of the Big Sur that we could. It's closed halfway. Then we came back, then came into Santa Barbara, which we love Santa Barbara, and then we hightailed it all the way down to San Diego where I had an appearance. Hello, all the guys at San Diego Indian. And then spent the night there, and then we made our way back to LA area where we stayed at Manhattan Beach for a couple of nights before we put the bikes we took the bikes to the shipping company, and sometime in the next 2 weeks they'll be on a container, and they say that we will see them in the first week of November. So let's talk about the shipping. So when we shipped the bikes over, we shared a container with Steve Melquire and his trailer. So we had 3 bikes and a trailer on there. Yep. Steve does trailers, and he took his trailer over and actually sold it. Steve has done this many, many times before. The total return for shipping and the things that is included in shipping is you've got marine insurance, which is this is per person or per bike. Marine insurance was about $380 per bike. The bike insurance for the 3 months we were in America came to about $800 per bike. We had to pay up front nearly $3,000, but we got a chunk back because we only used 3 months of the 12 months. You have your personal medical insurance, which you would do for any overseas travel. That was about $800, $900 each. The shipping for the 4 bikes, 1 container, was about $10K. So that's $2,500 each. Seattle was about $1,500 each once we paid it up. There's Canada visas, which are about $100, but I was ripped off of that. It should only be $6. The American Extra about $40. So all up, that came to about 11,000. Divided that by 4. Okay, and then coming back is about 3.5 each. So we figure the shipping per person is $10,000 return all up each. Now that's about $6,500 US.
Now compare that to hiring a motorcycle.
Well, if we were to hire a motorbike at anywhere between $250 and $500 a day, depending on the time of year and the events, we would have been 20,000 plus. So it's about half the cost of hiring a bike in America for that length of time. So it's worth it. The only downside is that we're without the bikes for 6 weeks. Going over was okay because it was winter and we didn't miss a lot of riding. Coming back though, we're already frustrated because there's rides being organised and we haven't got bikes. So
it's 12
that's
weeks
the
in
downside.
total.
But it's a once in a lifetime and we had our own bikes for the whole trip, so it was worth it. So all up those costs. So going over, we did a lot of the work ourselves and there was a lot of paperwork. And as you can see from a previous episode, we were drowning in paperwork, but we got through it. Coming back, we chose to use Bikes Abroad to ship our bikes back, and they look after absolutely everything, and they'll deal with customs and bring the bikes to a place in Melbourne. So it's and that came to about $3,500 plus marine insurance. So let's say just shy of $4,000 Australian dollars to bring the bikes back. And it was probably very similar to take them over, but we put in a lot of work, or Steve put in a lot of work. So thank God for Steve. If we didn't have Steve doing it, we probably just would have gone with a company like Bikes Abroad there and back. Okay, now for some. So that's where we went to America. I think we counted 25 states. We have done 25 states all up. We would love to come back and do all these southern states. For instance, Florida, Georgia, New Orleans, Texas, New Mexico, and also Oregon. Sadly, we missed that one, but the big red trees of the big redwoods would have been great to see, but we can't fit it all in. So we've missed a few, and a holiday in Hawaii would be good, and there's Alaska and the whole thing up there. And there's also these states along here as well. So let's recap on costs now. That's all our thing. So accommodation, we've done a calculation, and this is per person. We have spent, and I've just rounded the figures up a little bit. It might have been like $50 less, but $10,000 per person in accommodation for the 3 months. And don't forget, we were also shouted accommodation. We stayed with people who looked after us, so it would have been more had we had to pay.
So that's $20,000 combined?
Combined.
So if one person was going over, it still cost $20,000.
Correct. It would have been $20,000 if you want, but it was $20,000, so we shared $10,000 each, which is about $6.5 each US for accommodation. So around $13,000 US for the accommodation, which we shared. Now petrol came to Australian $2,000 each.
Yes.
Which is about $1,400 US for the petrol. And just to let you know, we filled up, we estimate that we filled the tanks 60 times, and we averaged 250 miles per tank.
Per tank of fuel. So we got about 250 miles out of a tank.
A tank of fuel.
Taking into consideration that yours used a bit more than mine, so we just average it out to about 250.
Yeah, that's about average. So 60 tanks of fuel. Food was extraordinarily expensive.
Surprisingly expensive.
We couldn't believe it. So we think we've averaged it out. Estimate we've spent each $7,000 Australian on food, which is about $4,000 American. Damien would have spent more because he probably spent $20,000 on coffees. Just joking, but he would have spent more than me, and he drank beer, for instance, and he's got the Blue Moon Baby to prove it. And sometimes I didn't drink anything, so Damien would have spent more. So let's average about, for 3 months, $7,000 Australian in food, about $4,000 American.
Now, can I add to that is that we weren't eating over. We were actually sometimes having one meal a day.
We averaged really one meal a day. We don't eat breakfast. Damien gets a coffee in there. If I can find a chocolate or a chocolate something, I'll grab it, but in most cases, no. We might have had a snack along the way. It was one main meal a day in most cases. We would go out and it was either the lunch was the main meal or the dinner. As far as incidentals go, cabs, the monorail, souvenirs and stuff, well, you just got to work out what sort of money you spend on that. Didn't do a lot of shopping, for instance. I bought stuff for the grandkids, and I had some extra expenses with the cost of a platform to send the newsletters out and stuff like that. But all up, the cost of this trip came to
30-something thousand?
About 30,000 Australian dollars for the whole 3 months, plus incidentals. So that 30,000 is accommodation, petrol, food, plus. So I reckon $35,000 should get you 3 months in America with accommodation, petrol, food, and some incidentals. But depending on how much you eat, how much you drink, how much you party, concerts, things like that, it could be $40,000. So any questions, put them in the comments below, and I will answer every question that comes up. Please subscribe to the channel because we've got some great adventures coming up in Australia, which is, by the way, from here on in, it's just all free. And thanks again to the tank toppers who helped make this whole trip quite amazing. So 25 states, and of course then we've got British Columbia and Ontario in Canada. And we'd like to think we'd go back and do the other states, but we won't ship the bikes again. I don't think we'd do that exercise again. Part of that reason is I don't think we can get 3 months off work again. If we go back, we'll go back for say 2 or 3 weeks and hire a bike and just do sort of areas. We want to do Europe next though, don't we, on BMWs. So thanks to everybody that helped us out. Everyone we met was amazing. The hospitality and the people were fantastic. Damien?
I'd just like to say thank you to everybody for all your support.
All his coffees.
All my coffees.
Yeah.
And also thank you to all the support that we got whilst we were in America, all the people we've met, and all the good messages and best wishes we got
and
from
great
Australia.
Advice and local intel.
Yeah, from Australia and from America, people who've done the trip. So yeah, again, thank you very much.
Yeah.
It was great.
And we managed to fit in a few extra places we didn't plan, and we skipped a couple, but overall we did really well.
Yep.
We accomplished a lot and it was wonderful. So that is all. So
I hope you enjoyed the trip with us actually, because it felt like many times you were with us.
And hasn't it gone quick? Oh my God. It's gone so quick. And we're back to work now, back saving for the next adventure.
Can you tell? I'm not wearing an Indian t-shirt.
No, he's not. He's got his business gear on and his Blue Moon baby still fits in there. Although tell the people about your belt.
No, we don't talk about that.
Come on. Yeah. He's gone down 2 belts. He's gone up 2 belt sizes.
6 kilos.
He put on 6 kilos. I put on a 1.2.
1.2 and I put on 6. Those Blue Moons.
That's the beer, baby. Okay. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.
Thank you.
Around.